Hello there, I'm BC. I'm here to provide you with some useful information about some rhetorical aspects of delivery. Roman philosopher Cicero in 55 BC describes delivery in having the sole and supreme power in oratory. Without it, a speaker of the highest mental capacity can be held in no esteem, while one of moderate abilities, with this qualification, may surpass even those of the highest talent. Delivery is a term we use to describe the presentation of any text or speech. Thomas Sheridan, an actor that touted quality speech or elocution, likens delivery to acting. I've only got 5 minutes on the subject, to which this video goes quite beyond that, so I'm going to describe aspects of delivery in 3 parts: message, look, and sound. Maybe 4 if you're good. Commence learning. The message is what is explicitly written or spoken after its invention or creation, such as my script. By the way, there's a great video that expands on the term invention made by Susan Saybold. I recommend checking it out. The message can take other forms such as an incriminating text message or equally incriminating Facebook post, even as an utterance, which is just jargon for vocalized sound or speech. In short, the message is what's being delivered. The context within the message considers the rapport and credibility of the speaker, as well as the message topic. These aspects have an effect on pre-delivery, or an imagination of the delivery during the invention process. These aspects also have an effect on how the message is interpreted. Pre-delivery is something we engage in when we are trying to impart a specific interpretation on the audience. For example, if you want to go out with a significant other, you can claim that their cooking abilities are substandard, validating a need for dining out, or you can state that their stressful working life deserves some appreciation in the form of a nice restaurant outing. Depending on which predicted response you are hoping for, you'll likely change how you construct and deliver your message. But now what? Do you blog about it on YouTube while in the tub? Do you draft a 37-page treatise and present it to said significant other? Hold on to the night oil, Romeo. You might want to iron your shirtless chest or your chest shirt and consider the effect of the look. The look within delivery considers the author or speaker's view of themselves. The speaker says, "To me, I look like X," where X is whatever the speaker thinks they look like. The look also considers the author or speaker's conception of their look to the audience. Here, the speaker says, "To them, I look like Y," where Y is whatever the speaker thinks the audience perceives. These two perceptions appear even during pre-delivery. If I were going to talk to androids about fighting for equal rights, I might appeal to ethos and look like this android, that android, an android. Or how does wielding a sword and sporting an afro and a few extra pounds affect the direction of my message? Is it only a difference in height that changes the delivery of my message if I were wearing platform shoes? Does one consider the audience's ethnicity when conceptualizing a message in its delivery? Better believe it. One's look is a message in itself. Authors of print and digital text aren't immune from the perceptions of physical appearance of their medium. The look concerning print and digital text can shape the coloring of a book cover, or a decision to post a message on Facebook or Twitter. The appearance of words and symbols affect delivery, and, similar to the context of the location, can warp how the audience perceives physical appearance. Coinciding with the appearance of the container are gestures and font. 17th century politician and elocutionist James Byrd claimed that there's a grammar of emotions in which particular emotions are displayed in particular ways, and that the speaker should embody the emotions they are attempting to convey. Gestures that relate to the delivery won't distract from the audience's attention and can better illustrate the speaker's message. Likewise, there's a grammar of emotion we find in font, from the romantic italicized Kunstler script to the screaming, heading size, full capital, quasi-incoherent Troylins. Emoticons are also useful for applying mood or gesture to digital text. So you've got the message and look that considers your audience, can gesture like the ultimate sign language warrior, and a font that will appease the serif crowds. Time to talk about sound. While sound is a primary factor within oratory delivery, we can apply some aspects to print and digital text as well. Tone is a fundamental term we use to address the physical and psychological effects of our voices. We associate lower tones with feelings like calmness and gentleness, creepiness, and fatigue. We relate higher tones to feelings of power, importance, rage, or desperation. Print plays upon our perceptions of tone by using exclamation points, font size, and even going as far as stating how someone said something with such words as whispered, yelled, and bellowed. Referring back to James Berg, there's a grammar in tone as well, for we presuppose an emotional state with a tone. Gilbert Gottfried and Ben Stein have made their careers juxtaposing tones with different gestures and messages. In their cases, we see it as humorous, obnoxious, or plain. This subject continues to the term style, which Chase Troxel explains in more depth in his video. Check it out. Writer Joshua Steele describes rhythmus or rhythm as an instinct rather than rational or learned. He says there's a natural progression or rhythm in speech. In print, the delivery pace of the message depends on the reading speed of the audience, which can be augmented by the author's word choice and sentence structure. A person speaking a language foreign to them may deviate from the native progression of words and tonation in much the same way a child begins learning language. Speaking rhythm varies from language to language, dialect to dialect, emotional states, and even motives. Silence and pause offer more than a break from delivery. Steele uses the musical term cadence, a term used to explain the time between musical beats, as a measure for silence. He also uses cadence to progress his view that speech ebbs and flows much like music. Silence in itself is a message whose delivery manifests in multiple ways. We see silence used to stress remembrance or importance, such as a moment of silence, or the pause procedure lecturers use as a cue for, this is probably going to be on the exam. Silence can be used to gauge audience understanding and offers a space for interaction. More often than not, silence is filled with noise exclusively generated by the audience response or the location. Laughter, outrage, unrest, crickets. All these things can arise from how the sender employs silence in the message. Within current digital trends, ellipses offer communicators a type of silence similar to speech. Oh, the ellipse. With the advent of internet and text message communication, ellipses have taken a form of a pausing gesture without movement, breaking the constant flow of words. Ellipses augment delivery by casting a shadow of uncertainty on the audience. Without a physical gesture or audible tone, the audience is forced to theorize the implications of the ellipse. Delivery is so much more than I was able to deliver. As technology develops, we are inventing new delivery vehicles and evolving existing ones. On a basic level, you should be able to have a conversation about different aspects of delivery, such as the message, the effects of physical appearance and actions, and how sound and rhythm can augment delivery. I wanted to mention charisma, which is the culmination of how the speaker utilizes their look, reputation, context, the location, and control of sound to send their messages, or in short, one's skill in delivery. It's pretty important. I mean, when you think of well-received motivational speaker, do you think Richard Simmons or Sergeant Hartman from Full Metal Jacket? It's something to think about. Keep working on your delivery, folks. Ciao. I don't think it was possible to take notes at the breakneck speed I was talking. At least there's pause.